Okay, boys and girls, today's objective is to compare and order decimals in tenths and hundredths. I'm going to show you two different ways to compare these decimals and figure out which one is larger and which one is smaller. So today we're going to start off with 3/10 and 15/100. So to compare these decimals, I'm going to use the pictures of the flats that we used yesterday during our lesson. One flat has 10 longs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, because the decimal I'm working with is in the tenths place. And the decimal I'm going to compare it to, which is 15/100, I'm going to use this flat because it shows 100 cubes. So that's in the hundredths. So I'm going to use base 10 blocks as a visual to compare these two decimals. So for 3/10 I need 1, 2, 3 longs. And that represents 3/10. Up here, I have 15/100, which the 1 is in the tenths place, which is 1 long. And then we have 5 that's in the hundredths place, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cubes. So now I just used this picture as a visual to represent these two decimals, 3/10 and 15/100. Now clearly, looking at these two pictures, I can see that 3/10 is the larger decimal and 15/100 is the smaller decimal. So let's try this again with another decimal, or two other decimals. And instead of using this visual, I'm going to compare the same two decimals And another way, besides using a visual, like base 10 blocks, is to rename one of the decimals so that both decimals have the same number of digits to the right of the decimal point. In doing so, we're able to compare them. So I look at this decimal and I see that 15/100 has 2 numbers after the decimal. So I need to make sure 3/10 also has 2 numbers after the decimal. And how to do that is by adding a 0 after the 3, so that there are 2 numbers here and there are 2 numbers here, and that we are able to compare. So if I rewrite 3/10, 3/10 is also equivalent to 30/100. So clearly, when I look at these two decimals, I can see that we have 15/100 and we have 30/100. Well, 30 would be greater than 15/100. So there are 2 ways of comparing decimals. You can compare them by using base 10 blocks, which is a good visual, or you can also make sure they have the same amount of digits after the decimal.